He's a runner. He's a track star. What's up, marathon completer Parker?
Is that Drake? Nah.
No.
You know how I feel about Drake.
Dude, congratulations. You ran
Thank
another
you.
marathon
You know
yesterday.
how corny it would be? If you're on YouTube, you can see this metal's pretty shiny. Like, they definitely put some work into it. I might have to put it on. You know, that'd be a little corny. I am pumped, dude. Man, what a big week for me and you. I mean, I finished the New York City Marathon, Sam. I will say. It was fun. It was amazing. I want to talk a little bit about it, obviously. And then we have to talk about what we did 2 days before, because that was also amazing and fun. And man, usually we would do this in just 2 different episodes, but they happened literally 2 days apart. So we don't even get the opportunity.
Crazy couple days. Tell us about the marathon, man. We want to hear about it. Elevation Nation's really proud of you.
Oh, man. Where do I start the marathon? The beautiful thing about a marathon is that you are signing up to do something that is going to be really hard. Like, you're volunteering. Well, you pay too, but you're volunteering your time to do something that you know is going to get difficult at some point. And for me, it was so good, dude. It was great. It was amazing. Such an amazing, thrilling experience until I hit mile 18. So I ran through Brooklyn from Staten Island all the way through Brooklyn. Energy was electric. People everywhere. You're witnessing all the different cultures of New York City, all the different types of people in how they celebrate. And it was just so cool, so amazing. I didn't put my music in at all. I was like, I'm taking all of this in, running next to people that I've never met from other countries in the world. And then you go into Queens, and then you hit the Queensboro Bridge, and that's where it gets a little challenging. But when you get over the bridge, you get over the hump, you come into Manhattan, and it is popping with people. Like, so many people. It's so freaking cool. I saw my mom and JJ and my sister and gave them a massive hug, and like that was like just an amazing moment, seeing all my friends as well. And I was like, wow, I'm cruising. I was at 8:30 pace, up to 18 miles. I was running 8:30 pace or better up to 18 miles. Like, that was my goal. Things were rolling. But, you know, Sam, I've learned very quickly that good things happen and then bad things happen. And a mile after I saw all my people, it got bad. Like, really bad. Like, so bad that I couldn't take down any more gels. I felt like I was going to throw up. I could barely drink more water. I put my music on for 5 minutes. I was so irritated that I had to take it off. And my legs started to cramp really bad. So bad I had to stop. I had to stretch it. And then I had to keep going. And it just kept coming back. And then it happened to my other leg. And the way I described it to JJ and my mom was that the cramps were so bad that when I stopped or I walked, the cramps would get worse. So my only option was to keep running, even though every time I ran, that pain was miserable too. And so my last 7 miles was the hardest physical feat I've ever had to overcome. And if we're talking about mental fortitude, Sam, man, it took everything I had to get through those last 7 miles. Up until mile 18, every single mile I had was 8:30 or better. If you look at my stats, it went to 9:30, then 9:50, then like 13:30, then 13 something, and then like 11:20, then 10. It was that bad. And I crossed the finish line and I was like, holy crap, that was not how I planned it to be. That was incredibly painful and difficult, and I ended up in the medical tent for 45 minutes getting stretched out by like 3 different people. There was a doctor there to make sure I was not going to like pass out. And then I got my medal, and the last day I've been recovering and enjoying.
It's a crazy story. I mean, you certainly exercised some serious mental fortitude. We're very proud of you. Sometimes it doesn't go according to plan. and you got to adapt and you got to adjust. And even though you didn't hit your time goal, you still had a goal of finishing the marathon that you made sure no matter what you were able to accomplish. And so it's never going to be easy, but you did it, man. We're very proud of you. Well done.
I feel very accomplished. Even though I didn't hit my goal, I took away so much from this experience, and I think it really made me feel like times get shitty. Times have been shitty in my life, especially recently, especially that hour. And I feel like it was the perfect metaphor for things I've been going through this year. Times get great, then time gets really shitty, and you often don't plan for those shitty times. But all you have to do is push through, and you'll get over some type of finish line to get you into that new world. Now with me, you know, as someone who's ran the New York City Marathon, I have this medal now. I got over that hump. And
it gets you into any bar or restaurant into New York, right?
I've never heard.
I feel like for the day you can just flash that.
I guess
it's like
I think I missed my
fast
opportunity
pass.
there. I could barely walk home. One last thing on the marathon: you have to walk 1.5 miles after you finish to get out of the park. It's like kind of messed
I feel
up.
like that's probably for the best.
Kind of messed
I feel
up.
like you need to walk to keep your muscles from totally cramping in season.
That's true. That's why they do it, I guess. But it was really hard to walk.
I have a question for you. You said that it was harder to walk than run when you started to get your cramps. Do you think that was your mind essentially like convincing your body, hey, we can't stop. Like, we have to keep going? Like, do you think it was actually easier on your legs to run, or do you think it was your mind tricking your body into feeling worse by quitting?
I don't know. That's a great point. I think that my body was in that motion of running for so long that when it stopped, it was so new. And that when I stopped, like, Sam, it was so painful that I almost like collapsed multiple times. And people on this side.
Did you shit yourself?
I didn't go to the bathroom the entire time. But it was.
How yellow was your pee?
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad.
So you weren't crazy dehydrated?
No, I don't know what it was, man. Maybe I went too fast for those first 18. I don't know. But I will say what's really inspiring is just all the, there's hundreds of thousands of people who are like cheering you on. All the people who just like kept saying, like, I put my name on my chest saying, like, go Parker, like, you got this, like, you're going to keep pushing. Like, so many people I probably will never see or hear from ever again, just like cheering you on, especially when you're going through like the worst thing ever. Like, that was so helpful. Seeing those people getting that cheer for like that little instant second, like, you got this, keep pushing, you're towards the end. Man, marathon just teaches you so many damn life lessons, man. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. I'm never going to say I'm not going to do another, but like I said, not for 2023 at least.
You got some time. I think you certainly elevated. I think it's time for you to focus your elevation elsewhere. You got a lot of other things you want to accomplish this year. We have a lot more things that we want to accomplish this year. So I'm excited that you're going to not be running as much because now I get even more time with you.
Certainly on the weekends. We got our
exciting
weekends
for
back.
me.
Or at least
Great.
me and JJ.
We're going to be elevating a lot. No, I'm part of that. We got a lot to do.
Well, we did something on Friday, Sam, to change the topic. If we're talking elevating, it was just an elevating weekend. We were in Philadelphia elevating some young elevators at a school called Youth Build in Philadelphia. Let's talk about that and that experience we had, because that was amazing.
It was incredible. The first of many. Our speaking gig in collaboration with Ernst & Young, EY, big employer, and a charter school called Youth Build Philly in North Philadelphia that allows kids who have dropped out of high school in the past to come back and get their degree and get vocational training for various career fields. It was very different than any experience Parker and I have had, any other previous or prior speaking experience, but the impact that it had on us, I just posted about it on LinkedIn today. So much fun, so electric. I know many of the students are listening to this episode right now, and we want to give you guys a shout out, an elevator shout out as honorary members of Elevation Nation. We walked the students through our key workshop series, Start Your Next Journey. And at the end, every single one of them learned what mental fortitude was and got their own mental mottos. And to have them share their mental mottos with us, their struggles with us, their dreams for the future with us, and want to be a part of Elevation Nation and want to be in my life and in Parker's life was an honor and a reminder of why we do this and why we work so hard at Elevation Nation to have that impact. So Youth Build, all the amazing faculty, staff, and students at EY and Youth Build, thank you for having us this past week. It was an incredible experience, and I cannot wait to come back again next year.
Man, it was an incredible experience, and thank you to everyone who was part of that experience. Man, Sam, I learned so many lessons from being there, and we were able to elevate during 2 different workshops. We had a bigger workshop and then a smaller workshop, and I think I walked out of there and I was like, you know what? And I've told you this, I think, before, is everyone has mental fortitude. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter your background, your experiences. Every single person has mental fortitude. A lot of people know it for themselves, but then there's others who need to go find it. And to hear some of the stories, to hear some of the aspirations, to hear some of the struggles that some of these students went through is inspiring, and it's amazing to be able to be a part and help, even if it was just a little bit. These students find a little bit of mental fortitude that they can then go conquer their goals. We talked about starting your next journey with all these students, and man, I hope they felt confident that they could walk out of the room and, you know what, make their dreams a reality, make that vision come to life, hold themselves accountable. What a special place, man. The faculty was amazing. The students were incredible. They were engaging, coming up to us at the end, asking us questions, obviously giving me a little bit of crap about being a Ravens fan. And it was a special experience, really, dude. It really was.
One of the favorite things that I get to do with you at Elevation Nation is when we get to go out and speak publicly and have that face-to-face interaction and impact and elevate young people. And this is just the start. We got a lot of exciting things in store for Elevation Nation, some new things we've been working on, a couple new workshops, a few new speaking gigs coming up. We have our virtual elevator community that we launched last week as well, where members of Elevation Nation are learning and networking together. We have our workshop, which is tonight by elevator number 91, Chase Damiano, on how to get out of the weeds. We have another workshop already on the books for December that we're going to tell you more about later. The elevating just keeps on happening, Parker. We are hitting such strides with Elevation Nation, and we can't stop now.
What did I say to you?
We got a little more free time back in your life. We're going to fill that running void with elevating void, so get ready, my friend.
You don't think running is elevating?
No, not this type of elevating. This is business building elevating.
Business building elevating. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I think I got to say one thing. Remember, we're sitting there, we were reflecting on the experience of Youth Build right after we finished it. And we said to each other, we've been doing this podcast virtually for 3 years. We've done 272 episodes. I think this is 272. All virtual. You and I both know and believe that true elevating happens in person. And I'm so pumped and jazzed to be able to continue to elevate people in person, because when you create elevated moments where people can look inward and visualize a future for themselves, man, that is impactful. That's more impactful than getting on a mic behind a camera, and recording it and saying, hey, go listen to this. Nah. I'm excited to get in person. I'm excited to bring Elevation Nation together. I'm excited for the future, dude. It's really going to be exciting and fun. Can't stop, won't stop.
Elevator shout-outs. Elevator number 36, Eric Porter of Stria Sport just launched, I believe, 6 new color waves for their new shoe that just dropped this past week. They are sick. Check them out online, striasport.com. Way to go, Eric. Congrats, Porter.
Wait, new colors? That's pretty cool. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Damn.
saying. New shoe style and some new colors.
Love it. All right. Let's see. My shout out for the week. Whew, man. I feel like I just got to shout out Chase. Or is that too premature? Chase is the man. Chase is Elevator 91. We're in collaboration with Chase to do this workshop, Getting Out of the Weeds, on Thursday, tonight, when this episode's released. Shout out Chase. He's an amazing guy. He's inspiring, helping people all over the world, like, just elevate and be better leaders. And Elevation Nation, I hope that if you're able to join, you have some good takeaways from the workshop. So we're looking forward to hearing those. And like we said, continue to elevate.
We'll see you Thursday night, Elevation Nation. Peace.